How's it going, everybody? It's your girl Katarina here, and it's your girl Katarina here. And yes, actually, that's how you say my name. Fun fact. Because people think it's Katarina, but actually, it's not. It's Katarina. But a lot of people cannot roll their R's, so instead, it's most people call me Katarina or just Cat. Anyways, so yeah, it's interesting. I am waiting to actually have my car back here, but I thought it was gonna be back today, but turns out it's gonna be tomorrow. And from the East Coast, hey, how's it going? My dad actually has my Mustang right now up north, and it's sad. I want my car back so bad, but gotta wait, And I still need to service this truck, just haven't done it yet, but it's fine. And then hopefully we can get everything worked out of it to fix his braking issues and all that shit, so that he can have his truck back and I can have my car back, and I'll be happy. Because a '04 Avalanche is fine. It's a fine vehicle. GMT 800 platform. Great platform. However, it's just not the same as my 81 Mustang. That way, it's not mine. And it's just weird to drive it because of that. So, as a result, it's how it goes. And let's see, can I get the green screen up and going here? Just to see. This always takes a minute on freaking YouTube, so I apologize. But actually, it's not being too bad here. There we go. Just use that picture. Perfect. Perfecto. Yeah. So, I mean, and you're from East Texas. I am from Alberta, Canada. Central slash southern. And it's fun. And if you guys don't know, this is my Mustang. That is my F250. She's an 81. The truck is a 76. They're both straight sixes. The truck with a 306, the car with a 206. I actually do track my Mustang, and overall, she's a very fun car. Not fast though. I get gapped by a majority of the cars on the road. However, even regular traffic. But that's actually a lot of old cars, to be fair. Because we hold, and don't get me wrong, I love old muscle cars, whatever else. But I know that, a lot of those old cars, they're not as quick as we think they are, right? Oh yeah, our 440s and whatever else. If you're not on a proper tire with it, you're not the proper suspension and gearing, it's not going to be that fast. Hemi cars, when they were a fully loaded Hemi car, they were doing 13-second quarter miles, which is pretty quick. Don't get me wrong, but there's stuff that is just regular cars that are a lot faster than that. And actually, something that was cool is I saw a video of they were testing a Dodge Daytona, from '69, in a parking lot sort of slalom idea, but it was a full track with cones. I can't think of what they are. That's actually called at the moment. But anyways, doing that, and it was a '69 Daytona versus a Toyota Sienna, or maybe it was a Caravan. Actually, I think it was Caravan, and no, it was a Sienna, and that Sienna obliterated that um you know that Daytona. It's because it has a better suspension setup on it. To be able to do that, right? It's pretty nuts to think about. And even in straight line speeds, hell, V6 Camrys were doing 13-second quarter miles, circa about 2005. Bonkers, man, bonkers. So, and that's just out of the box for just a plain Jane car. So what we used to think is fast is now just regular sort of traffic. You know what I mean? It's very strange that way, but it's how it kind of evolves and whatever else with everything out in the universe. Okay, I don't care about that. Why do they wait so long for that anyways? Not that I care that much, but that's brutal. Ah. Anyway, so yeah, something though with my Mustang is I I need to talk to my buddy Pat about it properly and see like okay, and I need to bring the car to him so he can check it out and tell me like what all this would kind of take to do this because he wants to do a carbon fiber wide body on my car and I'm all for it like and as much carbon fiber as possible, if we can do doors, front end, trunk, all that different stuff, hell to the yes. I am game for it 100%. That'd be freaking awesome. And because the car would get a hell of a lot lighter doing that. Like, the car weighs in the neighborhood of about 2,680 pounds right now. That's what she weighed stock. I don't know where she is now just because there's some stuff that's heavier, there's some stuff that's lighter. I'm going to be within that sort of range, you know? Well, yeah, of course. Like, right now, nothing is really going to be fast unless you have, like, something with, proper, like, all-wheel drive with, like, studded tires and shit like that, Like, as an example, like an STI with studded tires, is going to do really well in conditions like that, but, white fluffy duck, yes. I don't actually have a white fluffy duck, but white fluffy duck, totally. Quack. We have fun here. We have fun here. That's not false advertising. Why is my green screen just my driveway? I mean, because it shows off my two vehicles the best way. Because it's probably the best picture that I have of them, how they look right now. I mean, granted, they're actually, like, to be fair, Stitch actually isn't here, but it's one of those deals. Like, I can use other images. Don't get me wrong. It's just there's gonna be people in here that are not gonna like my Mustang and are rather truck people. So, choose to talk about the truck and whatever else like that. So, and that's just the whole thing. But also, like, my truck, I still don't know what I want to do with the truck. I don't know if I want to put all the work into it that it needs. And I don't know if I just want to, like, keep it or get rid of it at some point. We'll see. We'll see. It is an 81 Mustang, but she's got an 84 Capri nose on it. So, I'm making her a full Capri. But then the flip side is, she might be getting carbon fiber instead for that. So, that'll be interesting. If that does actually happen. Because a friend of mine wants to build it for me. Which, hey, if he wants to build me carbon fiber, I won't say no. So, yeah, it'd be pretty neat. The fact like, about ducks is kind of funny, actually. But that makes sense for you, to be honest. Of everything I know about you. You liking ducks, like, because, I mean, I know you always showed, like, a duck on your thing, and you're called Robotic Duck, but I figured that, I mean, at first, that was just, like, a bit. But, no, you actually like ducks. Which is cool. And yeah, unfortunately, Mercury's no longer around, but to be fair, look at what they made in the end. The Mercury Cougar front-wheel drive. Wah, wah, wah. Then afterwards, like, the Mercury Villager. Yeah. Yeah. Sad. And actually, fun fact, my Mustang does not have a 5-liter in it. Nor is it a 2.3 inline 4. And nor is it, like, also, it's not a V6. But rather, she has the original 200 inline 6 under the hood. Doesn't make a lot of power, but she has fun, and I do, like, road race the car. And I've been fairly competitive actually doing it. It's great, honestly, and I can't wait for summer to come around so I can do more of that. That's gonna be fantabulous. Yeah, well, because you're probably gonna get another probe. Because the problem is, like, with all of that stuff, it's worth like it's worth money to like three people on the planet, and you're one of them. Like that's the problem. Because headers for a Ford probe. Uh, yeah, yeah. Like the probe was kind of neat, but it doesn't have a big like fan base. You know, very niche, very niche. Volkswagen and Ford making a partnership. That's a weird partnership to be honest. Like, I I don't see the advantage from Volkswagen to be honest. Like for Ford, it makes sense, but why would Volkswagen partner with Ford? Like that is interesting to me because Volkswagen doesn't need help, and like you know, the only thing I can think of is a money standpoint from Volkswagen, and that they would come back with Volkswagen based Fords that would you'd have a four-door sedan again and maybe a little hatchback that's based off the Golf or something like that. But I don't know, like Ford people are interesting, and people who are interested in Ford, like I like Fords, like obviously, as you can tell. But I don't know if people would go for that, you know? So I guess we'll see. We'll see if that how that works out. To be honest, because like I said, it doesn't make much sense from Volkswagen's standpoint, other than for money, and that's it. But they don't get anything beneficial out of that, like besides profits. So I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, that's weird to me. But the fact you have an Amarok, which we don't get the Amarok here. Like I live in Canada, and Volkswagen, the last truck they had was a Volkswagen Caddy here. That was back in like the 80s. But and oh yeah, oh yeah. I mean, I understand not potentially wanting to go to a Cobb just because like it's pricey for the Cobb shit, but um, it's pricey for a reason though. Right? It's actually worth the money. But I mean, that'd be cool though. That'd be cool. What if Ford rebadged some VW cars? And it's not like they haven't done it before. It wasn't Volkswagen per se, but like Ford did rebadge Mazdas, so there's that for a long time. It's just yeah, it's just a little weirder to me for Volkswagen. Like I said, Ford, it makes all the sense in the world for them to do it. Doesn't make sense for Volkswagen. So I don't know. Yeah, they have Mustangs, trucks, and SUVs. That's it. Like, um, and if they wanted to break back into like making, like, see, and I do think of like Ford right now, if they were to do it, um, like I'd assume that they would take the chassis, like the platform, from like a Golf or something like that. I don't think they'd do a full rebadge on it though. I think it'd be a rebody, but if anything, right? Yeah, oh, exactly, right? And that's been a thing for a few years. Um, but to be fair, I mean Chevrolet is the same way. Like they all they do is like they I think they axe the Impala. Do they still make the Malibu? Like they stopped the Cruise. Like it is interesting to see. Like Dodge is the only one that still makes a four-door sedan. I think. I think. Unless if I'm forgetting something. Hey, Leo. Um, it's, nothing too much is going on. I've just been watching the hockey games. Been very low event hockey, so but we're vibing with it. 25 is the final year for the Malibu. Okay, that's I knew they were getting rid of it. I just couldn't remember when. Um, and you missed the Mustang videos. There will be some. It's just I don't know what to film on the Mustang right now. Like, here's the problem: there's no money to do anything on the car right now, and without money, I can't, like get the head checked out as an example, and that sort of thing. It is really funny of how much attention that actually gets out in public. Whenever my phone goes off, and people are like, "Wait a minute," and like, cause like people of culture realize that that's impossible, but uncultured people think it's Power Rangers, and it's like, no, no, how dare you? How dare you? Hey, nice. Sam sounds like an awesome person then. If she does that, hell yeah, I like it. I like it. Um, good. I'm glad. I'm glad. But yeah, like with Stitch, because right now I need money to get the head and everything like that checked out. You know, but right now money's tight. Like I had the biggest disappointment last night. I went because I'm like, you know what? I should have money in my account. Turns out I didn't. To go get myself some McDonald's. So, I drive the truck down there. La 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 la. I order my food. I get to the window. Decline. Huh. Try that again. Decline. I'm like, wait a minute. I check my phone and realize, fuck, I don't have money in my account. Damn it. So as a result of that, I didn't get Mickey D's last night. So instead, I just made myself something here. But that was one of those things. Like, don't get me wrong. Next month, I'll actually have a little bit of money, not a ton, but I'll have some money where I should be able to get the head checked out at the very least. Because once the head is checked out, all I need to do is acquire 2 more carburetors, and then we can begin doing the tricarb swap. You know? Well, that, and also I would need to... I need to get the carburetors, and then I also need to get the linkages as well. But that's probably just me a custom job, and I'll see, like, if Pat might want to help me out with that. Again, I need to talk to him about a bunch of stuff, to be honest, on the car. Hey, yeah, it isn't early. Like, normally, obviously I do these lives pretty late at times, Um, and yeah, I decided, you know what, today I'll spoil my viewers who actually are here earlier usually instead on a weekend, right? Once had your debit decline for $1.89 coffee at Mickey D's years ago. Went to work, came back, checked my account, and I had money the entire time. Card was glitching. That is sad. Never forget Decade 25. Oh, that's funny. That's funny. Well, hey, I mean, I always say, and like, and people know me for this. To say, what I'm doing and white fluffy duck. That's just a saying I have. Also, I have a new design on my Teespring, fun fact. Sorry, I had to get rid of a bunch of notifications on my old phone. But, oh, cool. Can I actually... Oh, cool. Okay, it's not going to cut out. Excellent. So, the new design I actually have... if I go to Teespring... Log in. This design, because it's actually kind of a funny design. Normally my stuff, you know, if you've seen it, it's a bit different. But this one is neato. So, because somebody asked me on TikTok to do a design where it says fuck it of some description. So, that's what I did. There we go. View. And if I can get it open here. Come on. Yeah, so... Damn it. Let's just... Because I don't actually have it saved on my phone. So, do. Makes this easier so you guys can actually see it. So, it is... If it'll... Hang on. Let's shut off the green screen for a second. Just for a second. So, you can see... So, it's backwards, obviously, for you guys, but it's not actually backwards. So, this was actually the thumbnail I used when I was tearing apart the engine, right? And it literally says, fuck it, but, like, it's censored. Just tear apart an engine in your yard. So that is a design for t-shirts and stuff like that you can get right now on my Teespring. Link in the description. If you're interested. Because, yeah, I just launched that one last night. There you go. I can do this one. With the car out there at the track. So, yeah. So that's kind of what's been going on. Like I said, I haven't really had much content lately. Although, I've had a lot of short videos, and some of them have done extremely well. And no worries. You know, at some point, maybe you'll see a white fluffy duck. And if you do, you'll be vindicated. Take care, Ryan. But yeah, so... Like, I was hoping to get a video or two out within the next few days. And I mean, to be honest, I might actually do a video on the truck, because, like, it might just... And what the video would be is my thoughts on, like, you know, with the truck and, like, what I might want to do or not. God, my nose is just stuffy, I apologize. But that's the thing, like, I am just clueless on what I want to do with the truck. Like, I want to make it more comfortable, don't get me wrong, but then on the flip side, I also don't want to, like, fix it. I'm at kind of that mindset right now where the truck is just, eh. Like, I like it, I do. And I was after that truck for over a year. But now it's just, you know, I'm just not there with it anymore. Or as much anyways. Because, you know, like, driving the truck right now is a bit of a chore. Like, and especially when it's getting colder, like what CFC just mentioned. Because that thing is an NP435 4-speeder net. On the best of days, she's a bit difficult to get into gear. So, as it gets colder, that the gear oil gets worse, and as a result, it gets like super notchy and not want to go into gear. I've thought about like, and I don't know if I want to commit the money to it. To be fair, of putting synchro mesh in it because I'd spend close to $100 on synchro mesh just to actually. It may have gone up since the last time I bought synchro mesh. To be fair, um, and I don't know. But then also like on the flip side of things is right. I mean, the T-Bird getting sold would be nice. I'd have a nice little buffer of cash, and that'd be fantastic. Because right now, like I said, funds are tight. I do have like money coming in, but nothing at the moment. And because that thing, because it's not mine, right? I'm only making commission off of it, but it's one of those deals, and I might just have to bite the bullet and sell it for a little cheaper than I was hoping. Because I'm trying, like, I'm asking 7 for it, and I'm trying to get as close to 6 as I can, right? But and it's worth every dollar of 6 grand. It is. It's worth even more than that. Hell, you do a detail on that car, right? And you just store it until the summertime. You could easily flip that thing for closer to 10. Like that's a $9,000-$10,000 car, right? But right now it's not because it's the time of year. Wait, what? Eaton CM55 speed shifts fast as one of those sports cars, but that's truck driving. Years of automatic shifting, the manual. Hmm. Yeah, everything does cost more. Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, I'm not. You know, I don't think I'm gonna swap out that transmission. But if I do, like, here's the thing though that might happen. I don't. I'm not guaranteeing this happen, but it might. Um. So with my setup and everything, because a buddy of mine offered me like a T56, to potentially put in Stitch. And well, I want to do it. I just don't know how the fuck I would do it. Because a T56 has an integral bell housing, and that makes it a really pain in the ass to put it behind my inline six. It's set up for a small block Ford, which is great because the input shaft will be perfect for my engine. It's just I don't know how the fuck I'm gonna adapt it. I don't. Like, the only thing that I could look into is somebody building me like a bell housing that could be bolted to it. That way, which that sounds extremely expensive. Considering they'd have to like cut the bell housing off and then make tabs so you can bolt something in. It just seems like a lot of fucking work. That's gonna be very, very expensive. Then on the flip side of that, I'd also have to do it to that's a hydraulic clutch, so I'd have to figure out a hydraulic clutch system and whatever else, adapt something or, maybe get a sponsor. I don't fucking know. Um, and then do that. And it'd be great. Because like I said, I've always wanted a T56 behind Stitch. But the flip side of that, though, is a T56 would literally bolt straight into my truck. I just need to figure out the clutch situation. That's it. Like, it makes more sense. It does. And that would make the truck a lot nicer, too, to drive down the road. With a T56 in it versus that NP435. I get way better fuel economy, because depending on the gear ratios, I mean, hell, it could have like a 0.55 on the 6th gear, potentially. And I would just be sipping the gas. I'd be getting well over 30 miles to the gallon of that truck. Um, I don't know. I don't know. Like, I'd much rather have it for Stitch, though, because obviously, like, with racing stitch or whatever else, it'd be great. But then the thing is, if I did that, and I went to the T56 and stitch, the T5 would probably go in the truck, and then I'd just sell the NP435. You know, and like I said, we'll see what exactly comes of that, if I even get the T56 or not. Because it's coming up in December, and he did say that if he came down for school, that he'd bring it by and just give it to me. I should actually message him. Let's see. Where am I looking? Who am I looking for? Has he not messaged me in that long? Really? No, he just messaged me the other night. Sorry, I tried to find names on Messenger. And God, this is such boring ass hockey. It's such a low event. Like Carolina versus Calgary. It's like the most boring ass game. If anybody else is watching this, like, there's not a lot that's going on. Although it should be 1-0 right now, but you know, for the Flames. Which, like, that's the thing. I'm very. I don't know. I want the Flames to win, but I also want them to lose because I want Gavin McKenna. You know, I want the best chance at Gavin McKenna, anyways. And yeah, yeah. Let's take a look. Why can't I find him? What the fuck? Because he just no. Ah, there he is. Okay, I was just blind. There we go. Just wanted to message him, see. Yeah, he got back to me right away. Huh, that's unusual. Normally it takes him quite a bit. Um, but yeah, anyway, so I don't know. Like, there's lots of kind of ideas for shit, but there's nothing that's concrete. But I did think of something, and it'd be kind of stupid but funny. Because with my truck, okay, it needs a lot of rust repair, and my buddy plays with like carbon fiber, and wouldn't it be funny to do the truck in like carbon fiber? It'd be stupid. It'd be incredibly stupid. But in a way, it might actually be cheaper to fix any of the rust in the truck with carbon fiber than buying all the stuff that I would need. Because, like, as an example, I need a box without taking something severe. And you want a box that's actually decent. People want like freaking $1,000 for them. That's not even like a rust-free box either, by the way. So it's a stupid thought I had the other night. It is. I thought you had relaxing for a bit. There we go. I mean, it was a little chilly. It wasn't too bad, you know. Nothing is stupid. I mean, on that thing, it would be. Because it's not like I'm gonna build it to be this like monster. It would just be literally a carbon fiber box on the truck, and like, why? It'd be funny. Ah, Shane, you're a dick. Like, you're just rude. Rude. Oh damn. So yeah, because I messaged my buddy Tanner. That way. And yeah, and that's just my buddy Shane. He can be a little bit of a troll at times, but he is a friend of mine. Um, yeah, he's just a meanie. He's a meanie in my chat. Well, hey, your shit doesn't look any better, bro. My mood has been very up and down, but it's been okay. It's been okay overall. I'm I'm doing all right, but yeah. But isn't this also the guy that's been playing around with AI so much with his car to do badass shit that he can never do with it? I mean, what did that come out of my mouth? Oh, I'm sorry there, Shane. I didn't say anything. I think that was the wind. Your junk should be faster than mine. It should be. Hey, you were asking for it. You were asking for it. Oh fuck. Yeah, how have you been doing there, CFC? And how's the chat, been? Because with this time of year, it brings like some blues and all that stuff. Now that was mean. You were being mean before, so I was only giving you the same energy back. Just saying. Just saying. Um, but yeah. Huh? What are you talking about, bro? No Joby camera on. Nice with. Okay. Yeah, but it's better to actually like do that stuff versus showing it on AI. I know it's capable of it. You just haven't shown me. Just saying. You can set up your phone with the tripod and film most of that shit. You can. You can. Soggy but reasonable in Atlanta. It's gonna be a lot warmer down there. Like up here. Yeah, see, 44 Fahrenheit. That's warm up here. That's warm, man. That's not cold. That's not cold. For reference, it's like minus 20 outside right now, give or take. Um, and that's in Celsius. So that's like what, minus 10, minus 5, something like that. We'll fit my stories for $1. Again, English. Do you speak it? That is okay for that video, but then the other ones, like where you're showing, Sarah racing and stuff like that. Um, and yeah, I couldn't tell you either. Um, Hi kitten. You just got like flopped, buddy? Yes, there is a cat behind my head. You can kind of see him through the green screen. Hey, buddy. I'm making him purr. Um, How is Alberta compared to Ontario? For temperature? I don't know how it is out there. I know they haven't really gotten hardly any snow out in Ontario, though. Where here we've actually gotten a decent bit. But it's been fairly warm for the some of my friends out there. I haven't seen used car listings with AI. I have not seen that yet. Wouldn't be surprised, but I don't know what's up with all the AI accounts swapping the used car list. Oh, yeah. Wait, you're still looking for those motor mounts? Fuck. Oh yeah, there's always a kitty interrupting. Like, if I wanted to put my head here, his butt is right there. So instead I have to move my head, like, over here-ish. Like, this is how I'm not touching him, but that's uncomfortable. Like, he's right in my spot where I want to be. Sir. Sir. Excuse me. Excuse me. Just pump your butt up. Stop slipping. Because I don't want to have, like, a sleeping cat following me again, like you did last night. Hey, bud? Oh, yeah, it's very easy to, cross that border if you have all your documents and stuff, and very convenient. Because hundreds, if not thousands of people do it every day. I haven't come across that. Like, to be honest, I've come across general scams with selling shit, sure, but yeah. There we go. He moved his butt. Yay. Fuck. Okay. I need to blow my nose. Sorry, guys. I'll be back in a jiffy, but I need to blow my nose because fuck. Meanwhile, you can see my other kitty. Cats over chickens. Cats over chickens. You can argue with a wall. I don't care. Chickens are cool, but cats. Just saying. Oh, there we go. Up. I just blew my nose. Ugh. Rick. I'm not sick or anything. It's just my nose is all messed up. I'm not picking this one because he would know what to do with the chicken, but Rascal, on the other hand, I think he could. Hey, you can probably take on a chicken. My dad is doing pretty good. Like, he should be home in the next couple of days. I think it's tomorrow that he's coming home. I thought it was today, but I think it's tomorrow. So I'll have my Mustang back, which is awesome, because he's in my Mustang right now. Because his truck was having issues. I mean, in hindsight, he probably could have drove the truck. I just didn't want to chance it of any issues happening with it, because the brakes were getting pretty bad, like pretty darn bad. So as a result, I sent him up in my most reliable car, which is Stitch. Because not that the truck isn't reliable, but it's like you can't see the gauges because I need to replace the bulbs in the gauge cluster. Um, you can't. Gas gauge doesn't work, as an example, and it's loud as sin. The heater isn't really that great in it. Like, good heater, shitty blower motor. So, if you're going down the highway, you're fine. With it. But yeah. Yeah, and see, well, here's the thing. My dad absolutely despises working on cars. He is not a fan of it. Even though we do it, and we do have fun when we do it, but the things that you guys do not see on camera is how much he crashes out when something doesn't work for him on a car. Like, he's not one of these people where it's like, oh, okay, like this is not really working. It's kind of annoying. He's more of like yelling fuck and like throwing tools sort of idea, getting frustrated. Um. So yeah, and that's hey, no, that's cheating. That's cheating. You can't add things to the bird. That's cheating. No, no. Um, but yeah, it's one of those things, and which is fascinating though, because like my dad like likes old cars, and he potentially like to get old one. Um, and like his one vehicle that he's kind of had in my lifetime to where like he wanted to kind of do some stuff, but then he just got no motivation whatsoever on it after the fact, was the Civic. Like that 78 Civic that we own, Papa Smurf. Unfortunately though, there's only one thing he ever did, which he was cranking it as I was starting it, and that first startup of the car in like 30 years, that's him doing that, right? So beyond that, like, and you can tell, like, my dad's not in very many videos. Like, he's fine with being in videos, he just never is, right? I mean, it's not like I haven't. I've thrown wrenches across the shop, whatever else, at times. But that's because, like, a bolt has broken, and it makes it much more of a nightmare to try and do it, to fix it. Solve logical puzzles, but I can't swing a hammer or a wrench worth a hoot. See, that is interesting. Of like people's mechanical skills and whatever else. Cause like I'm a pretty good mechanic overall. I won't say I'm like the best or anything like that, because no, there's a lot of shit that I do not know. Um, and I do enjoy like doing it and getting my hands dirty, whatever else. And it's funny because like after I'm done, and you guys have probably seen at the end of my videos where I've done like a big project on the car, how dirty I am. It's not just my hands, but like my face will be all dirty and my arms just covered in whatever else. And it's like that's where I'm happy. It's a weird thing. I'm happy being dirty. Um, and that's why, like, with a dyno, when I get so dirty and stuff like that, of like how much respect I actually get from the crew that I'm working with, because they see that and they're like, "Hot damn! That this woman actually like will go into the trenches with us and do this shit." So it's yeah, and it's just one of those deals, right? Like, and it doesn't bother me. And like my dad all the time, because like a lot of my clothes like have grease stains or whatever else on them from doing mechanic stuff, and like, and you're not gonna get that shit out. I've tried, trust me. Um, and he's always like, you should have like a nice set of clothes. And I told him like, You know, I've bought clothes specifically for like having a nice set of clothes, and then I'll drive my vehicle down the highway, and I'll have like some issue with it, and I have to work on it, and then all of a sudden my dress or whatever else gets dirty, and it's screwed. Like it's like clockwork every single time I actually dress up nice in my cars. So as a result, I don't, right? And also, I'm still waiting on my damn shirt to get here. Because I ordered one of my shirts from my merch site, from the Teespring. And um it still hasn't like shipped out yet. And I ordered it on November 4th. Which is brutal, because apparently they had a printing issue. And they were working on it. And that was, about a week ago. And now it's like, it's been another week and there's been no updates on it. It's kind of been pissing me off, to be honest. Because, like, now granted, not that anybody else has ordered much, but if if this happens to somebody else, you know, I, you know, I'd be pissed. Like, and I'm already pissed that I'm not getting it, but like, I'd be upset because my fans aren't getting what is promised to them, right? Because they ordered this and it's taking forever and all that stuff, right? So it's one of those deals. Now, do I ever wish I had a super boring but super reliable newer vehicle? No. Like, here's the thing. My vehicles are very reliable, like extremely, but it's just every once in a while, like they'll give you a little bit of an issue, whatever else, and it happens. Um, and now I know a little more on this stuff. Also, hi Roman, how's it going? Greetings from Arkansas. Greetings from Alberta. How goes it? I like the old stuff. I do. Now, don't get me wrong. I've thought about getting something that's not exactly new, but like a little more modern. And, you know, seeing from there, like more modern than my cars, right? But still older, you know? Should totally have an engine build up? You'd win that. Because do I know what I'm doing? To a certain degree, yes. But it would be fuel injection. I know, it's weird, isn't it? Like, I've thought about like getting like a Fox body or something like that with a four bagger, fuel injected one, and driving that around. I've thought about it. Haven't done it. But and so do any of you on here remember the Lumina that me and my dad co-owned? We bought it as a flip and didn't end up making any money on it because, well, the heat didn't work in it, and that was a fucking nightmare because it's like, oh god, that's like dropping the dash to get that out. I don't really want to do that. So, yeah. We'll see. Yes and no, actually, for that CFC. So, yes, they can start a little easier in the winter, but, like, the rudimentary sort of injection systems that they had back then doesn't start near as easy as you think, though, when it gets really effing cold. Like, and where the carburetor will give me a bit of an advantage because it doesn't need... I don't need 12 volts to start my car. You do with fuel injection. Right? See, and it's not like... Well, also, I don't know if it was the heater core that was the problem. And, like, I bled the lines a few different times, and I could not get the heat to go, and it was like, very frustrating. And I tried back flushing, and some stuff did come out, but it was that sort of thing. And, like, and I will say this, that a carbureted car, when it's cold, is better than a fuel injected car. Like when it's really cold. Um, like when it's like minus 40, and it's like god awful cold and everything is frozen. That carburetor will at least still function. Where your fuel injectors actually might not properly. Because if it's not getting enough juice from the battery, like, fun fact, I've actually started Stitch with only 8 volts in the battery. Because you can. As long as you can turn that starter over and it has enough to send a signal to the ignition box and to the distributor, you're golden, honestly. With the newer stuff, there's so many computers and whatever else in them. I'm just not as big of a fan of that. Like, don't get me wrong, there is stuff that I want to own that's potentially more modern, but then at the flip side, I don't want a boring car. I don't. Like, I want stuff that's like unique, you know? Oh fuck. I'm charging $175 a bolt just to take out and look at the thing, brake pad, 2K. Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing, like, shops are expensive for all that shit. And and now it's kind of nice because I have like a really good diagnostic tablet now, which is great. So if I ever get anything newer, I can use that on stuff like that. But fuck, and of course the flames loose in overtime. Go fucking figure. Although they're looking at it, and I thought the same thing too. Because it did look like the Cooley was interfered with. Oh, he might have a point. Let's see this. Oh, no. I don't know about that one. That one's close. Was the 76 Volare station wagon that you drove from 87 to 87 or so? Ah, that's fair. Fair enough. I mean, I don't know. I've never had luck with starting EFI vehicles with like really low volts. Um, and actually, what's fun about my two vehicles though is technically my battery can be completely dead and I can still start the cars. Because stick shifts are fantastic that way. But yeah. Well, that was a disappointing end to that game. Oh well. They get a point, but again, it's also like if they lose, I'd rather them lose in regulation. Because I want them to get fucking Gavin McKenna. But they keep getting points. It's been annoying. It's weird that way. I'm cheering against your team, but you're cheering for their future. That's what I've been doing. So let's see. Now, let's go league. They're still down there in the basement, so alright. I just wanted to take a look at that. How to replace the battery in your 2017 Elantra, and you chose the $200 one over the $300 one? Yeah, I can understand that. And that's the thing with me, is I always try and go for AGM batteries because they're just way better when it gets cold. Like, I think where you are, you don't really have to worry about that as much. You can just get a battery, and the cold cranking amps isn't as, and like being an AGM or a lead acid isn't as big of a deal. But you know, like one of your best sources for batteries, to be honest, your local junkyard. If you get like a little tester, you can actually test the health of the batteries that they have and see, you know, what's good and what's not. And I kicked myself because I had an Optima battery a while back that I should have tried to buy it for only $35. I didn't though. Like this was months ago. Ah, okay. Fair enough. Huh. Interesting. And thank you. Um, I appreciate you being a fan of the channel, man. Seriously, thank you very, very much. Um, yeah, and sorry I haven't been posting too much content for y'all, like any of the long form videos, right? It's been a bunch of short stuff. But you know something that's amazing, though, with the content? So, I posted those T-Bird videos across a bunch of different platforms. And weirdly, they've done the best on Facebook. Like those 3 T-Bird videos that I posted, you know, in the past week or so, um, they've exploded. I have over 170,000 views between the 3 videos on Facebook alone. Bonkers, man, bonkers. And it's awesome to see the support. Yeah, 7,000 Canadian, but open to offers in Sundry, Alberta. There we go. Last battery's only $60, less electronics than that Grat old beater. Still miss that car. Hmm. Yeah, like the older stuff that way. It is nicer to try and maintain it to a certain degree because it's cheap. And thank you. You know, it's gonna be weird to actually get a decent paycheck from frickin' Facebook. You know, that's cool, but it's weird. Like, you know, I'm expected a payout of about $114 from this past month. It's pretty cool. Like again, I never like when I do get paid from Facebook, it's usually like $20 or something like that. It's never that high. So that's just kind of cool. Yeah, ever start Group 65s or AM? Yeah, see, and the thing is, like, I have an Optima and Stitch, and then I have a Mopar AGM in the truck. To be fair, this is just the battery I had on hand, so it works. Um, because yeah, like if I look, on if I go to my Facebook right now, go to my Reels. Yeah, so and they haven't updated the views yet because I know they have more views than this, but anyways, the last T-Bird video that I posted, which is me actually like with a car having a bit of snow on it and me like starting it up and walking around it. That video, you know, has 71,400 and something views. The one prior to that, where I'm kind of showing it around, showing it running at the same time, but not actually like a cold start, that one's 68.1 thousand views. And then there is that first video that I posted a little bit ago, and that's at 35.8K. Like it's kind of cool to see it all in one line. I don't know if you guys can see that properly. No, I think the green screen is gonna fuck it up. Oh, there you go. If I do it, you guys can see it. Like how cool is that? It's wicked. It's wicked. Has to do with how many cells are in the battery stacked up. And here's the thing, Arden. Um, I will pay up for good batteries because they've saved my ass more than once. You know? You're from Camrose. You need the glass or complete truck of a 58 Merc. Wrap around rear window, stay in touch. Oh, fuck. That unicorn, and you might For that, actually, have you tried Flatlaw Auto Wrecking down in Tilly, Alberta? By chance? Um, because he's got old shit like that, and I don't know. Like, I don't know if he's got those exact trucks there. No. But it's a no crush yard, and it's full of a bunch of classics, and it's an amazing yard, to be honest. Like I said, I don't know. He would be worth a shot down there. And yeah, because I can actually can I oh wait, that's right. I have to do it this way. Hey, there you go. That's awesome. Because I can type it in the chat. I just have to do it this way. It's kind of funny. There we go. I have to actually click on my own live stream on my other phone, and then I can type it in the chat. Wrecking. There you go. Just take a screenshot of that right there. I just typed it in the chat for you. And they pop up on Google too. So, and you can get their phone number and stuff like that from there. And it kind of is. So, like, he won't crush vehicles out there until there's nothing left of them. Like, there's a few vehicles I saw in there that, like, there is, like, 2 pieces of trim left, and he still keeps it. Because he knows there's going to be one guy that cannot find that, and he's got it. Right? Like, and that's kind of the cool part about his yard, right? I did a video on that, like, over 3 years ago. And he's expanded his yard since then. And apparently, my video that I did there got him a lot more business. So I want to try and, get back down there at some point. And no worries, man. Like I said, I always try and help out whenever I can with stuff like that, because... okay, buddy, whatever. That was your first truck? Cool, cool. Honestly, those are a sweet truck. And I was going to say, 58, that's one of the unibody trucks, isn't it? Like, they're kind of weird. They're cool. Oh, excuse me. They're cool, but they're kind of weird. If I'm not mistaken, that is those years. Or unless I'm thinking of the generation after that. That was it might have been the generation after that they did the unibody thing. Try to remember off the top of my head. But, and now, does your truck have like a Y block, or that was early 60s? Okay, that's what I thought. I just couldn't remember. Does your truck have like a Y block in it, or is it a straight 6, or does it have a more modern drivetrain? I say modern, but could have a freaking 302 in it. Not that much newer than a Y block, to be fair. But 292. Oh, okay. 292 straight 6. Cool. 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 Oh no, that's not straight 6. That's V8. Yeah, Y block. Sweet. You don't see those very often, actually. It's kind of neat, honestly, to see that stuff around. Very cool to see that stuff around, actually. Like, it is nuts. Every single time I open my phone, I have like a bunch of notifications because people are like commenting and liking my stuff. Okay, what? Like, and again, I understand this is the reason why it's gotten views, but okay. So, I want to show you guys this. Okay. So, this is that video, and like you can see right there, asking $7,000, located in Sundry. Right? It's backwards for you guys, but like you can see that, right? So many people ask how much, where is it? It's right there in the description if you fucking look, bro. It is nuts. honestly. And it's funny to me, honestly. It's very funny. And hey, Kelly, how you doing? There you go. No, they're not. Arden, no, they're not. These are actual people that have been commenting on my video. They're not AI bots. Because the fact, like, these comments that are in here aren't saying that. Like, oh yeah. I've had everything from, like, I've had some decent offers, don't get me wrong. It's just not quite enough for that car. I've had offers as low as $500. I've had a lot of people say that's a $2,000 car, and I'm like, I want to know where you're finding a T-Bird in that shape with a 400 in it for $2,000, because like, I will try and buy every single one for that price, you know? Like an Arden, if you look at my videos, because here's the thing, these aren't ads, right? I've been trying to sell this car a little differently this time around. Instead of having the ad up, I've had the videos up, and these are real accounts. Like, you can look at them, and they're real. Like, because the bot accounts only have 3 pictures, right? Where, like, this guy, even for anything that's public, is, he has a decent bit that, commented how much, as an example. You can tell when it's a bot when it's not. Ugh. But yeah, and you're tired of snow already? That's fair, that's fair. This T-Bird isn't a 65. It's a 78. T-Bird that I've got. So, a little newer than what you're looking for. And that's my dad. I wasn't sure if he was watching the game or not. Sorry, just messaging my dad. Yeah, because the snow is not fun. I will say that. I'm not a fan of snow. And, I'm, I don't know. I'm still thinking about your damn truck that you got. God, I want that thing. I want that Ford in my life. And that would be the definition of, hey, look, modern-ish truck, fuel injected. We were talking about it in the live earlier. Oh, what did he say? Huh? We'll get 2 inches of snow once in January, February. We'll panic and buy 8 loaves of bread, 9 cartons of eggs as a response. Yeah, gotta love when you get snow, like, where it's normally not, and, like, shuts down the economy. It's great. There you go. And it's great. It's not bad. It is. Like, again, and I'm also curious because I know that you said you'd sell it to me for cheaper, but I don't know exactly what that number is for you. That way, and I understand, like, I can't buy it right away. Not that I can afford it right now, anyways. But I am like wondering though is what would you value it to me at? Oh no, we have snow here. 100% we have snow. It's awful. It's no fun. You know, CFC doesn't have snow because he's in Atlanta. So that's a decent trek south. Um, but yeah, because you never did. Now, and if you don't want to say it in here, you can email it to me. But I am curious of, like I said, what you'd want for that thing. Because I want to know. Hi, Brent Davis. How goes it in the land of the internet? Thank you. Just finishing work, so pretty good. Hey, there you go. That's great. Um, glad to hear it. I'm doing pretty good myself. You know, just sitting here, vibing, chilling, chatting with y'all. Chatting with my dad and some other friends too on my phone while I'm doing this. That's not an app that's doing that. So that is my notifications for basically everything. So if it's an email, if it's a notification, if somebody does me, like, message me on Messenger, it's all that. Oh, no, for sure. Like, Kelly, like, all I'm asking, okay, is, like, when we get to that point, what is the number? That's all I'm asking. I understand you can't do it anytime soon. That's fine. That's all I want to know. And how's the weather here? It's cold. It's cold. It's cold. There's snow on the ground. Like, right now, it's only saying it's -8, but it feels colder now. Like, even in here, it feels colder. So, it was -2 as a high today, so that's you know, warmer. But, not warm. But yeah, and that notification sound, though, is Kim Possible, by the way. I made it myself. I actually recorded that and made it, you know, my thing. -9 here, but wind chill, so yeah, cold. Oof. Yeah, like, I don't know if there's any wind outside. I haven't been outside today. Stayed inside all day today. Guess. Fuck the outside, you know, when it's winter. Unless you have to. Exactly. See? See, this man knows. Man of culture. And hey, no worries, Blair. Hopefully you can get, hopefully he's got the stuff for you, and you can get that glass for your truck. Thanks for coming in and chatting, and we'll chat later. Albertans know, exactly, right? Right. Um, yeah, yeah. So, oh, hi, Rascal, sorry. I was trying to move my blanket, but I guess you're in the way for that. I mean, I could just cover here. He starts purring as I put the blanket on top of him. Hi, buddy. And yes, I got a kitty above my head. Hey, buddy. Hi, sir. I've also got a kitty curled up and sleeping on my lap, so it's fun. It's fun. I'm trying to think what else to talk about at the moment. At the moment. Because yeah, actually, something though, and like this will probably be the topic of my next video, is what on earth do we do with my truck? Because I am at a point now where I don't know what I want to do with my Denside. I still like it, but I'm losing motivation very fast for it. I really am. And I just don't know what I'm going to do. My plans for 2026. Well, any of my plans for 2026, other than work-related, is going to be revolving around Stitch. So, Stitch, I hope to be able and increase like my social media presence so that I can get more sponsors, so I can get more parts in the car, you know, that doesn't cost me near as much. I want to get obviously that tri-power setup on the car, and I also want to like I want to get, you know, better suspension on the car with any luck, even if it just drop springs, you know, I'd be okay with that. I prefer coilovers, but I'll take drop springs, to be fair. And, you know, like, bigger sway bars, all the different shit. If it works out, you know, to do the whole, like, carbon fiber thing that, like, I've been talking about for the past little bit on Stitch would be dope as hell. So, we shall see how that all kind of works out, to be honest, if it does. Like, the head, I know that'll work out, because I just need a little bit of money. Like, it's probably going to be like $150 or so for them to check it out. And then go from there is my guess. Again, I got to call around to machine shops and see. Whatever we didn't get done this year. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Well, also, if I had the motivation and the money, I'd do more work on the other vehicle. Like, to be fair, like, the truck will get some things. It's not... I'm not just gonna leave the truck hanging. But, yeah. Yeah. You know, that's just the fun part about, you know, not having a lot of monies at the moment. At the moment. Because to be honest, if I had more money, I'd probably be buying more projects and shit like that too. Like on the flip side. So it's probably a better thing that I'm not actually like super, super big on social media. It'd be nice if it was. The truck needs a shitload of rust repair. It just rust repair, honestly. The box is cooked on that thing. The doors are bad. The rockers are bad. The one fender is bad, but I've got a good fender to put on it. Yeah. So that's that. With Stitch, I still need to cut out the rear quarters of my parts car so that they can either be installed into Stitch or we can use them as templates to make our wide body for the rear out of carbon fiber. Which we might, I don't know, might end up doing that. I'm not sure how he wants to do it. Like, again, I need to talk to Pat and see what he exactly wants to do. Properly. Because I don't know what all he wants to do. That way. Okay, in private. Sounds good. Like that's why I said like you could email me as well with that and whatever else, because like I understand you don't want to have it public, and if I am able to, you know, get that truck, and if you don't want the numbers publicized, I won't say what the numbers are when I post to the social media and stuff like that as well. Like we can discuss all that. That's not a problem. I've never done a deal like that, but that's fine with me if that happens to be the case. So, yeah, it would be with a truck. Yeah. Hey, thanks for hitting the like button there, Joe. I appreciate you hopping in, even if it was just for a moment. You know. But take care of yourself and have a good move. And like, and that's the thing though as well, because like if Pat does want to play with carbon fiber more, yeah, public would be 6, and that makes sense. Honestly, for that truck, it does. Um, you know, I'm just hoping private price is a lot cheaper than that, like a lot cheaper. We'll see, we'll see. Because yeah, that makes sense of the rough value of it, to be honest. And like I said, and I hope that whatever number it is that I would be able to swing it, at when the time comes. Because if not, it'd be really sad to lose out on that thing. Because that like your truck is the dream spec for me, you know. And like I said, if I get the TVD6, it would go perfectly in that truck. It already has a hydraulic clutch. It's great, you know. Wouldn't have to change any of that out. I mean, granted, or it might need a slightly different one, but unless if it's like an external, like I don't know if they're I don't know, is a slave cylinder internal in the bell housing that thing, or is it external? I can't recall with that, to be honest, because I don't remember my dad's truck. Am I looking for any new 9 to 5 gigs? I mean, I've been trying to find some stuff for the wintertime anyways. Because like in the summertime I'm going to be really busy, but in the winter I've tried to find stuff and it's been exhausting. And I haven't been able to find anything, unfortunately. So I don't know. We'll see how it all shakes down in that regard. Ugh, frick. God, I am just so effing tired. Oh, I know that, but I know it's like it's hydraulic. Like a hydraulic clutch in that thing. What I was asking is where the slave cylinder is. Is it inside the bell housing or outside of it? That's all I was asking. Because I can't remember that. Like, I'm not worried about replacing the clutch at all. That's not what I'm talking about. It's like if this deal works out for this other transmission, like for the TVD6, it would go perfectly in that. Yeah, it'd be nice. I can't get a solid night's sleep anymore. I'm genuinely awake till 5 or 6 a.m. Then I wake up at like, 10. So, ugh, it's been frustrating to try and get some sleep. But, and even like right now, like I could go for a nap, I'm not gonna lie. Thought about it, but yeah, see, for me, like my body wants so much sleep, like genuinely it wants like 12 hours of sleep. And it's very rare, and sometimes I can get it and it's wonderful, but it's like so it's like almost impossible to make it work. But fuck, like if I could get like even like 7, it'd be great. It is inside the balancing. Okay. I figured. Just wasn't sure. So. Yeah. I don't know. Like I said, there's just ideas and whatever else for stuff. Because that is potentially, like I said, if napping is a superpower, I used to be able to do it. I genuinely, and it didn't matter how loud it was, I could sleep anywhere. Like, anywhere on the planet, doesn't matter how loud it is, or anything like that, I could sleep. It was great. Can't do that no more. It sucks. Well, the thing is, to get to that slave cylinder, like, you have to pull the bell housing. It's not the end of the world. Annoying, but not the end of the world, you know? It's like the ring input shaft goes through it. Oh, okay. It's closer to the middle then. Huh. I'm used to seeing them, like, towards the side, like, on like, the driver's side or something like that of a bell housing. Interesting. Okay. Learn new shit every day. Because, yeah, like, that thing would get amazing fuel economy if it had a TFT6 behind it, because the overdrives would be even better than what the M50D is. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Now, I'd have to get, the drive shaft way cut down for that. But that's fine. And then, the fun part is with that truck, it's like, what do I do with it? Like, because the truck could be good for content, but at the same time, maybe not. I don't know if it would do well on social media. I haven't a clue. Like, the truck, obviously the dead side does. But, yeah, M50OD, yeah. Yeah. Or M050D, whatever. I always call it M50D, But, and I've obviously said it wrong every time. But, and, because I know it's a Mazda-derived transmission. They're decent transmissions and everything. There's nothing wrong with them. But, like, if I can just put a stronger transmission in it, that will never, ever, ever give me a problem, I'm all for future-proofing a vehicle, Past driveline. They're good. They're good. They're the ones that chop down my drive shaft, actually. On Stitch. So, because, yeah, well, I know, like I said, if I get that transmission, and if I can't adapt it into Stitch, like, if it's just way too much of an effing nightmare to try and do that, well, like I said, that transmission would go in the truck. So, longest burnout I've done in terms of time and what the vehicle was in, Stitch. That video is actually here on YouTube. And that, it was over a minute for that burnout. Like, it was probably closer to like a minute and a half, even 2 minutes. It was a very long burnout that I did with it. And case in point, it was such a long burnout that it cooked my torque converter when it was still an automatic. Well, the thing is, like, people, like, did like the review I did of my dad's old OBS. So, I don't know. And like I said, that video is on here on the Facebooks. I did that burnout 3 years ago. I haven't done a burnout in the car since then, though. But yeah, and it's really funny because, like, people watch that video, they're just like, oh, it's such a weak burnout. I'm like, bruh, you hold a burnout for that fucking long and come talk to me, okay? Because most people do a burnout and it's like 10, 15 seconds, right? I was like, you know what? No, I want to do a burnout. So, and I did. And it was fun. And that video did a decent bit of views on here. Marauder with a 429. That thing would sit and roast tires all day effortlessly. I bet. Because, yeah, 429 has a good amount of torque and it'll just do it. And that burnout was very difficult to start it because My car was relatively stock at the time. Like, I had a 2-barrel carb conversion and whatever else, but um, did I have the exhaust done then? I don't think so. It may have been no, the exhaust was done by then. So it was all I had was the exhaust done besides the header, the carburetor, and the 8.8 rear end. It still had the C4 automatic, which had a 1500 stall and it makes no freaking power. So that was a bit of a bitch. But then finally got it to go, and yeah, like it was quite the process. But and that's one of those things that would I do another burnout to that uh extent? I mean, probably not in Stitch. I only did that because I wanted to do my first 2-wheel burnout, and I kind of did it a little more than I should have. And that's fine. Because here's the thing, folks. When you're doing a burnout with an automatic and you hear it rev up, that means your torque converter is getting very hot. So, food for thought. Because you can actually hear it in the video when the pitch changes, and it goes from about 1500 RPM to like 28 to 3000. It's an audible thing, and I should have just kept it lower, but I didn't. I just kept my foot into it and had fun. I also had really shitty front brakes and really good rear brakes, so that was not a good combination, shall we say. But one thing is though, I am going to attempt a nap. Plus my phone's dying too. It just said 15% battery. So, I'm going to try and have a nap. So that means I'm going to I'm going to sign off here. Cuz like I said, I'm really effing tired. I need to try and get a bit of a nap in if I can. So, thank you all for tuning into the live. It was good. It was fun. You know, over an hour and a half in. It's great. Have a good rest of your evenings, and I'll catch you later, and hopefully we'll have some more content on the channel very soon. Take care, everybody.